Hello, I'm Penny ST, and I'm the host of Peace with Penny. Given the hostages who still aren't home with their families, the Israel-Hamas war lasting over 1 year, the Hezbollah conflict in the north, Iran fighting and threatening out in the open now, as well as hiding behind their proxies, the horrific victims of war used as human shields, the pervasive anti-Semitism on campuses and throughout the U.S. and the world, and the end of one of the most perplexing U.S. elections fraught with divisiveness, there are plenty of current issues that we would wish would disappear. But unfortunately, my magic wand is broken. At Peace with Penny, we usually discuss the uplifting topics of peace organizations who, even during war, work on peace between Israelis and Palestinians. Most media ignore their bravery and creative efforts, but on Peace with Penny, our mission is to let the world know there is hope for peace in the Middle East. Thanks for joining us on our Peace with Penny YouTube channel. I'm excited to begin season 6 shortly, and we are working hard coordinating interviews, enhancing our website, and writing Times of Israel blogs. We have an extensive library of past interviews on Peace with Penny that can be seen on our Peace with Penny YouTube channel. Please understand that wars have a way of interfering with schedules. Although these Israelis and Palestinians aren't fighting with each other, there have been 26,000 missiles lobbed into Israel this past year. God bless Iron Dome that blows up most of the missiles in midair before they can land. That's why the Israeli deaths and casualties are low compared with Palestinians. But that doesn't mean that Israelis don't spend far too much time running and sometimes living in bomb shelters, nor does it let the over 60,000 Israelis displaced for over a year return home. And there also are the over 43,000 Gazans killed since Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th. Why are so many dead and injured? Because both Hamas and Hezbollah spent our tax dollars on heavily reinforced tunnels to shoot their rockets built below schools, hospitals, and mosques using their own people as human shields, especially children, women, and now Hezbollah also is using UNIFIL as human shields. Israel wants to put an end to the Hamas and Hezbollah terrorists terrorizing their nation, but hasn't figured out a way to do so effectively without harming civilians, which coincides with the terrorists' goals. The terrorists intentionally want their dead and injured civilians to be used for propaganda against Israel, and we see it on the nightly news. Israel warns them to leave. Hamas and Hezbollah force their civilians to stay, shooting them if they try to leave. It's been an effective strategy which has turned Israel into an international pariah. Not many people look beyond the horrific pictures of parents screaming in shock as they hold their dead children in their arms to understand what has created this situation. Well, enough of bad news. Let's talk about one of the many peace organizations we'll be speaking with. This season, we'll be starting with a series made with a peace organization called Path of Hope and Peace, or POHAP. They are a perfect example of the fact not only is peace possible between Israelis and Palestinians, but it also exists today, even during war. They received the 2021 IIE Goldberg Prize, and they developed the Husan Beitar Elite and Sur Hadassah model for coexistence. These peace activists changed the Palestinian town of Husan, once the birthplace of terrorists, to a peace-filled, economically interdependent triumvirate with the Jewish-Israeli town of Sur Hadassah and the Jewish ultra-Orthodox settlement of Beitar Elite. Today, a Palestinian restaurant in Husan boasts a kosher certificate so their patrons can enjoy some food while they cheer on the soccer teams on the widescreen TVs. In my latest Times of Israel blog, I've discussed some heavy topics, challenging the return of the hostages and the peace process. I usually attach a Peace with Penny episode. This time, I decided to do something different. Recently, we were blessed with taking a vacation on Maui, one of my favorite places on earth, and I've always found the sound of the waves soothing. There is so much tension in the air now, and I know I need to relax. How about you? So I decided to put together a short video filled with the sounds and beauty of the Maui beaches as the water laps against the shoreline. And in the middle of the video, I combined some of my pictures from our trip with the sound of the waves. The last few pictures are when we went to the summit of Haleakala, which is over 10,000 feet. In some pictures, we're above the clouds. The final photo is of the night sky at the top of the sleeping volcano. You can even see the Milky Way. I always find Maui and the sound of waves soothing. You might even want to listen and join Haleakala for a snooze. Join me on my journey as it continues. I hope this gives you at least a few minutes of peace, shalom, and salam.